curious, who here is saying Kaddish? Just raise your hand. Okay, so it's probably the majority of the room. So I thought I could just say something on why we say Kaddish after our loved ones pass. So if you want to take a look at Kaddish, on page 240, Mourner's Kaddish, the language is interesting because we seem to be speaking about things that are not so sad. And we're very sad. We're in mourning. If you look at the language, it says, magnified and sanctified may his great name be in the world he created by his will. Nothing about mourning here. May he establish his kingdom in your lifetime, in your days, in the lifetime of all the house of Israel, swiftly and soon, and say amen. So it's about God's kingship. The next part is, may his great name be blessed forever and all time. Then it talks about blessing and praising God. Blessed and praised, glorified, etc. Beyond any blessing, song, praise, uttered in the world. We all say amen. May there be great peace from heaven. Then we say, may he who makes peace in his high places make peace for all of us. Meaning there's peace, there's kingship, there's blessing, extolling God. Why do we say this during our yurtzites? Why do we say this during Shiva, during our Shana, during our year? So here are a few thoughts on it. Number one idea is that we're just as when we are at the funeral and we accept God's judgment, we say, Baruch Dayan Emet, we tear our garment. Similarly, through this, by saying, may his great name be blessed forever and all time, we're kind of accepting God's judgment, and we're saying, we know that we trust you, God, and we're accepting your judgment. So we kind of say, may his name be blessed despite all the trouble and the pain that I'm in. We're still able to bless God's name. So that's one, kind of accepting God's judgment. Another one is that through reciting Kaddish, we sanctify God's name. It says sanctify, bless, etc. We sanctify God's name. Sanctifying God's name is the biggest thing you can do in Judaism. The opposite is the worst, if you desecrate God's name. And so this is a way of sanctifying God's name, and we do that in the merit of our loved one. So through doing this positive act of sanctifying God's name, doing Kiddush Hashem, through Kaddish, we bring merit to the soul of our loved one. That's number two. A final one is, a lot of the language here is focused on the future, like on the future days. May there be peace, and may God establish his kingdom. Perhaps there's two sides to this. One is that perhaps we're supposed to be focusing on the future. We're mourning, we're thinking about our loved one, we miss them. And that's a real feeling. We need to go through that. In addition, we're also pointing forward, trying to think what we can do to make life better for ourselves, for others. Judaism doesn't want us to we remember a lot in Judaism, but we try not to stay stuck in the past. We want to also use everything from the past and bring it into the future and make the world a better place. So that's one idea, to keep us focused on the future. Another aspect to this is perhaps to think about how we can do good things in the world, make there be peace, make God's name be sanctified in the merit of our loved ones. Take all the goodness that they gave us and go make the world a better place. So those are three understandings. One is that we're accepting God's judgment. Another one, that we're sanctifying God's name in the merit of our loved one. And the third one is that we're focusing on the future. And that could be kind of to get us out of the past, or to help us use all the goodness that our loved ones taught us to go make the world a better place.